Dear students, today we'll be studying another new topic, that is competitive analysis. This is means you have a competitor. So, what is that competition? You are analyzing. The interest is you to want to be a leader or you want to be win over the competition. That means when there is a competition, you want to succeed. To succeed or get a higher positions or a better position, what is required is analyzing the competitor. Therefore, a competitive analysis of what it is and how to do those things we'll be studying here. So, what is competitive analysis? Identifying your competitors and evaluating their strategies to determine their strengths and weaknesses relative to those of your own product or service. Now, you think that you are producing one product. At the same time, another person is producing the same or similar product. So he is a competitor, and now you are evaluating their strategies, and by evaluating, you determine your strengths and weaknesses. By looking at them, what is your strength, you are able to calculate. By looking at them, what is your weaknesses, you will be coming to know that. Now take example, very simple. So now we are living in a technological world. Therefore, now there are mobile companies. You compare two mobile companies. Take it now, Oppo company is there, then OnePlus company is there. Now, what are the this one? Now you are a owner of the Oppo company. You just see OnePlus company what all strategies have. One thing. Second, you just see what you call their products, their marketing strategies, and all other things, and you find out what are the strengths of yours and what are the weaknesses. That is called competitive or competitor analysis. A competitive analysis is a strategy where you identify major competitors and research their products, sales, marketing strategies. You are not only researching their products, also sales, how much sales they have and all. Then their marketing strategies, what they market. Are they giving at a lowest price or a quality product or what you call costly rating, whatever may be. So marketing strategy you have to find out. Then by doing this, you can create solid business strategies that improve upon your competitors. So what is all technique is to improve your business and win over the competitor. So a competitive analysis is a critical part of your company marketing plan. With this evaluation, you can establish what makes your product or service unique, and therefore what attributes you play up in order to attract your target market. So all whole concentration is to win over the competitor and you become a leader in the market, or you become a number one in the market. To increase your share in the market, you are playing all these games, and one of the main aspects in the marketing strategies is to do the competitor analysis. It's only through the competitor analysis you can grow, because it is understood that it is only when there is a competition growth is possible. If there is no competition, no growth is possible. You see, when two or three people in the class are competing to become to come for the first, then everybody is studying hard, working hard, so that they want to come first in the class. So their marks also go on increasing. If there is no competition, all are dull students, and only one student gets think that 95% above, and others all get below 70. Then that one who is getting 95 above also not bother to get 95, because here all other are 70. So goes on, even her or his marks will come down, because there is no competition, because she feels okay, whatever I do, I'll come first, others are not. So that spirit will go down. Only with the competition you will grow. Therefore, for the growth you require a competitor analysis, otherwise you are not interested in the growth itself. So competitive analysis. A competitive analysis can help you learn the ins and outs of how your competition works and identify potential opportunities where you can outperform them. So it is it is helping to learn the ins and outs of how your competition works. So your competitor is there, how he is working in and out, so that you are studying, and identifying your opportunities where you can outperform them. Means better than that competitor, how you can do. So you are studying everything about the competitor, and now how you can do better, that you are studying, that is a competitive analysis. It also enables you to stay at top of industry trends and ensure your product is consistently meeting and exceeding industry standards. So the interest is to go grow at a higher level and to change your trends. The whole interest is to become number one. That's what it says. Enable to stay atop, a top position everywhere. Your products, your standard, your name. So that's why you are fighting. Let's dive into a few more benefits of conducting competitive analysis. What are a few more benefits are there? It is not only to become number one. Other than that, also it helps you identify your products. Uh, Unequivocal proposition and what makes your product different from competitors, which can inform future marketing efforts. See, if you know the other marketing, you can compare and tell, see, your product is something different. It is not only number one to become, but to give you a comparative analysis. In the this one, what you call Google, you search for a vehicle, especially the four wheeler, and compare. You automatically the comparison between the other cars, it comes. You go for one model and other models related to that, they will compare and give you what is the mileage of the other, what is the this one, height, weight, facilities, everything they will compare and give you. Enables you to identify what your competitor is doing right. So you are aware of your competitors do all works. This information is critical for staying relevant and ensuring both your product and your marketing campaigns are outperforming industry standards. This tells you where your competitors are falling short. So because you are doing the competitor analysis, it also you are aware that what are the shortcomings, what are the failures of the this one competitor, which helps you to identify, areas of opportunities in the marketplace and test out new unique marketing strategies they haven't taken advantage of. What happens is, because of knowing their weaknesses, where you can grow, that also gives you the show because of your competitor. Learn through customer reviews what's missing in a competitor's product and consider how you might add features to your own product to meet those needs. So this is from the response of the customers. Okay, what you are asking with customers, not of your product, rather of the competitor product. What's wrong with that, or what is the satisfaction? So this is a customer approach of the competitor. Then provides you with a benchmark against which you can measure your own growth. So benchmark means you are aware, so you are taking one of the standard company and you are comparing with that and trying to what you call become that company. So provides you with a benchmark, because of your taking a competitor something standard, you are also targeting to become like that. So competitive analysis continued here. Evaluate your competitors by placing them in strategic groups according to how directly they compete for a share of the customer's dollar. For each competitor or strategic group, list their product or service, its profitability, growth pattern, marketing objectives and assumptions, current and past strategies, organizational and cost structure, strength and weaknesses, and size of the competitor's business. So, just asking the following questions so that you can do the competitor analysis. These are just the guidelines. These are not that is something in this one. Okay, here are there are some questions. So these are just the guidelines. You go through, then you will understand. What are your competitors? Oh, sorry, who are your competitors? This is the first question you must ask. Who are your competitors? If you don't know who is your competitor itself, or if there are no competitors, then there is no competitor analysis. If you have but in the world today, you see everywhere and every field there are competitors. Whether it is a charitable institutions or business or profit making institutions, any institutions, maybe there is a competitor. So what products or services do they sell? So how they are serving, or what the products of theirs? So what is your unique product? What is each competitor's market share is? That also you have to calculate. What are their past strategies? So earlier, how they are built up. So what are their current strategy at present? What they are doing? What type of media are used to market their products or services? The social media or television, this one print media, any what media they are using. So how many hours per week do they purchase to advertise through the media used in this market? So how many hours? That is frequency of advertisements. What are each competitor's strength and weaknesses? So that you have to identify. Everybody has the strengths, everybody has the weaknesses. So what potential threats do your competitors pose? So what potential opportunities do they make available for you? So these all are the questions which will help you or assist you to make the competitive analysis. Still further you will see this what you call, these are the areas how you can do the competitor analysis. This is what our main target is. Here we have a 12 steps, and I will be going very fast so that I can cover all the 12 steps by within this class itself. That's what my interest is. So if you study all these 12 what you call steps, so you are very easily can understand how to do a competitive analysis. So why I am assisting you is this point is very helpful and essential even from the point of entrepreneur development. You are studying even the entrepreneur development subject. So to that subject and to this subject there is a high level of link, so that what you call when you are developing your entrepreneurship, these are the relevant relevant questions or relevant areas to be asked. So first one is determine who your competitors are. Determine what products your competitor offer. So who is your competitor? What are the products? Then research your competitors' sales tactics and results. How they are selling their products or products, goods or services. Take a look at your competitor pricing as well as any perks they offer. Perks means offers. What is their offers? What you call buy one get one free, or discounts, or 10% addition, 10 grams extra, 20 grams extra additions. That all those things you have to study. Then ensure you are meeting competitive shipping costs. How much they are spending on the shipping and all. Shipping means not sending through shipping, transportation costs. Analyze how your competitors market their products. What are the marketing strategies? Price, place, product, all those strategies. Okay. Take note of your competition's content strategy. Learn what technology stack your competitors use. Analyze the level of engagement on your competitors' content. Observe how they promote marketing content. Look at their social media presence strategies and go to platforms. Perform a SWOT analysis to learn their strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. So, last at this end, you have to perform the SWOT analysis of what you call not of yours. Yes. So, we'll go one after the another now, one by one, all the 12. So, first one is determine who your competitors are. What all things you have to do in this stage? First thing. So first you all need to figure out you are you who you are really competing with, so you can compare the data accurately. What works in a business similar to yours may not work for your brand. So how can you do this? Divide your competitors into two categories, direct and indirect. So how to find out who all your competitors? Some competitors are direct and some competitors are indirect. What is that, direct and indirect? So direct competitors are businesses that offer a product or service that could pass as a similar substitute for yours and that operate in your same geographic area. So direct competitor means doing a same business. Now take example of what you call a bank. So another bank is started and they are doing the same business. They are competitors. On the flip side, that is another side, an indirect competitor is one that provides products that are not the same but could satisfy the same customer need or solve the same problem. Now take example as I was saying, bank, another bank is a direct competitor, but bank and post office, you see now post office also have come in with the RD, what recurring deposits, or another facilities are what you call deposit, fixed deposits, all those facilities even the post office are. But post office is completely different from the bank, but the service is some kind of the similar but not the same. So it is also a competitor, it is a indirect competitor. So when comparing your brand, you should only focus on your direct competitors. So this is something many brands get wrong. So most of the times what is a compare means your direct competitor only, indirect competitor, bank means bank only. So you have to think about the post office also. So this is way what you call important to compare not only with the direct, rather indirect also. Determine who your competitors are. Here continuing. Let's use an example. So here it is not our example, it is a foreign companies too. Stitch Fix and Fabletics. So Stitch Fix and Fabletics are both subscription based services that sell clothes on a monthly basis and serve a similar target audience, selling the same selling to the same audience, same market, but their products are different. So here actually to tell you one this one company is selling a formal dresses, another is a sports dresses, say. But as we look deeper, we can see that the actual product clothes in this case are not really the same. One brand focuses on stylish everyday outfits, while the other is workout centric attire only. What it says is one is selling the stylish items, another is selling the workout items, that is sports items. So both are selling the clothes only, but these brands satisfy the same needs for women. So these are selling the clothes to women, having a trendy clothes delivered right to their doorsteps each month, but they do so with completely different types of clothing, making them indirect competitors. This means Kate Hudson team at Fabletics would not want to spend their time studying Stitch Fix too closely, since their audience probably vary quite a bit. Even if it's only slightly, this tiny variation is enough to make a big difference. What it says is actually that Fabletics company was not interested in studying the Stitch Fix company because they are varying, but actually it was needed. Now this doesn't mean you should toss your indirect competitors out of the window completely. Don't think that is saying oh, they are selling the sports items and we are selling the stylish item. What's the need and what's the connection between us? So these brands on your radar, since they could shift positions at any time and cross over into the direct competitor zone using what you call Stitch Fix could start a workout line, which would certainly change things for Fabletics. Now Stitch Fix what you call Stitch Fix company was designing what you call stylish clothes. So tomorrow they may even start what you call sports clothes. So you need to be aware of that. This is also one of the reasons why you will want to routinely run a competitor analysis. The market can and will shift at any time, and if you are not constantly scoping it out, you won't be aware of these changes until it's too late. So whatever changes are happening, what okay, once they have come out with robustically with this one another item which you are producing also, then you will be at a loser stage. Therefore you need to be aware, keep guard on every event. Now the second is, first one is identifying who all your competitors are. Second is determine what products your competitors are offering. So it is not only identifying the competitor, what actual product. Now remember here, product means it is not only goods. It is goods and services. Remember the difference between goods and services. Both when we speak, we call it product. Or when we call only goods, then we don't call product. It's goods. When we call services, we call it only services. But when we call goods and services, we call it as a product. So, or sometimes even a good is called product, a service is also called product. Therefore, this difference between goods, service, and product you should be knowing. At the heart of any business is its a product or service, which is what makes this a good place to start. You will want to analyze your competitors' complete product line and the quality of the products or services they are offering. So, what is the quality? That means internal all the material study you have to do it, and this is not that easy. So, that competitor, if you are making a competitor's analysis, you have to find out the ways how to make it, because directly they will not give you or share information. So you should have a spy or in a what you call a cunning way you have to find out. You should also take note of their pricing and any discounts they are offering customers. You will want to analyze your competitor complete product line and the quality of the products or services they are offering. So you should also take note of their pricing and any discounts they are offering to the customers. What is their pricing rate? What are the discounts they are offering? So if they are offering a high amount of discounts, then people will be moving towards their product. Some questions to consider include, so what are the questions you should ask to what you call determine the what are the products your competitors are offering? Are they a low cost or high cost provider? Second, are they working mainly volume sales or one off purchases? What is their market share? What are characteristics and needs of their ideal customers? Are they using different pricing strategies for online purchases versus brick and mortar? What it means on they do have online selling. Now you see you are having a think fish shop. So if you are having just a motor brick and mortar means at one place you are selling and you are supplying house door to door, then you what kind of business you have? Then how does the company differentiate itself from its competitors? How do they distribute their products, services? All these questions will help you to identify what are their marketing strategies and what are their products are. Then research your competitors' sales tactics and results. This is a third stage. Uh, so researching your competitors' sales tactics and results, how they are selling. So what do you call in the marketing strategies? Pricing strategies are there. Then selling strategies are there. So running a sales analysis of your competitor can be a bit tricky, not easy. You will want to track down the answers to questions such as what are the questions. If you answer, it will be helpful to find out the sales tactics and results. So what does the sales process look like? Then what channels are they selling through? How they are selling online or offline? How they are selling door to door or brick and mortar? Do they have multiple locations, and how does this give them an advantage? Means are they selling at one place or multiple locations they have? Are they expanding, scaling down? So market is expanding or they are coming down or lowering? Do they have partner reselling programs? So individually they are doing selling or partners they have, because some product some centers have outsourced the selling or marketing department. They don't have their own marketing department. They are only producing. Selling will be done through the somebody. Now you take example, sometimes Maruti cars are marketed by the Nexa company, some brands, some models. So, what are their customers' reasons for not buying, for ending their relationship with the company? What are their revenues each year? What about total sales volume? So, how much sales they have? How much income they are earning? Do they regularly discount their products or services? How involved is a salesperson in the process? So how the salesperson is doing rigorously or very lethargically? These helpful pieces of information will give you an idea of how competitive the sales process is and what information you need to prepare your sales reps with to compete during the final buy stage. So these are the questions will help you to answer this one. So further we have some more information regarding the competitor sales tactics and results. For publicly held companies, you can find annual reports online, but you will have to do some sleuthing to find this, to inform to information from privately owned businesses. So you could find some of this information by searching through your customer relationship management and reaching out to those customers who mentioned they were considering your competitor. Find out what made them choose your product or service over others out there. So customer relationship maintenance records, if you have, from there you can get this information, especially the sales tactics of other companies. To do this, run a report that shows all prospective deals where there was an identified competitor. So if this data is not something you currently record, talk to marketing and sales to implement a system where prospects are questioned about the other companies they are considering. So essentially, they will need to ask their leads either through a form field or during a one-on-one sales conversation. So you can give a form to fill it, or this one what you call one-to-one conversation, to identify who their current service providers are, who they have used in the past, and who else they are considering during the buying processes. When a competitor is identified, have your sales team dive deeper by asking why they are considering switching to your product. If you have already lost the deal, be sure to follow up with prospect to determine why you lost to your competitor. What services or features attracted the prospect? What is it about price? What's the prospect's impression of your sales process? So if they have already made the switch, find out why they made this decision. So if they have changed from one to another, then find out. By asking open-ended questions, you will have honest feedback about what customers find appealing about your brand and what might be turning customers away. Once you have answered these questions, you can start scoping out your competitors' marketing efforts. So, what you call how they are doing, what are the tactics used with the different methods you can identify. Here I'll be stopping for today because what you call if I continue all the points, then it will be a very heavy for you. 12 points, that means another 4 points are there that will be discussing in the next class. So be in touch and study what is competitor analysis or competitive analysis. It is one of the important strategy that is followed in marketing. Okay, so in the marketing, studying the competitor or competitive analysis is one of the important aspect. From there we can grow or develop our enterprise. Thank you.